This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight's discussion, my friends can't date my siblings. All right, let's just get right into it. First question. Would you permit your friends to date your sibling? Let's go to the ladies first. Patsy, would you allow or permit your friends to date your sibling?
I've never had an issue with anyone dating. Not that I had that many friends, anyways. But I don't think like my sister would be interested in dating
Robert Brewington has left the meeting.
my siblings, anyways, or nor my brother.
Okay, so you said you don't think that your sister or your brother would be interested in dating any of your friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's easy. Tanya, what about you?
Same for me. I haven't had that issue.
Okay, and
Robert Brewington has joined the meeting.
and let's just expand this too, just for the sake of argument. So for those that don't have a real big family or interaction with their siblings, you can extend the question to your family as a whole. So like cousins as well, or something like that. All right. Duchess, same question. Would you permit your sibling to date your friends or your friends to date your siblings?
First of all, you know my sister, I can't permit her to do anything. I can't stand in the way. If she want to do it, she'll do it. But that hasn't been the issue. So and my younger siblings, they're not interested in my friends. So yeah, no. I find it
All
very
right.
funny.
Robert, same question. Would you permit your friends to date your siblings?
I mean, I can't stop them. I wouldn't want them to date my siblings because it's not how they might treat my siblings, it's how my siblings might treat them.
Good answer. Gregory, same question.
Can it happen? Yes. Do I permit
Start
it?
my
No.
video, but mute my audio button.
You want to
I
say?
wouldn't permit it because it seems like it's a problem waiting to happen.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer that question too. Would I permit my siblings to date my friends or my friends to date my siblings? That's gonna be a hard no, and I have to say it's gonna be a hell no. I don't. I wouldn't condone that. I don't want that. I wouldn't suggest that. I wouldn't support that. I just no. I don't want my friends dating my siblings. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea at all. Like Robert said, maybe they're not good enough for my siblings, or my siblings are not good enough for them. But it's not a good look. Let's go to question number 2. Does anyone got any rebuttal?
No.
Oh, all right. All right. Question number 2. If your friend and your sibling become a union, does their relationship now jeopardize your friendship? Gregory, what's your answer to that?
You said if my friend and my sibling start a relationship, does it jeopardize the friendship?
Yes.
It could. It doesn't always necessarily have to. Maybe it's true love or something. You get what I'm saying? So you can't stand in between that. But then, on the other hand, when you guys get to breaking up or feeling like you hate each other or something, am I gonna be left in the middle?
Hmm. Good answer. Good answer.
Audio now unmuted.
Robert,
Sorry, what you say?
if your friend and your sibling become a couple, does it jeopardize your friendship?
No, because at the end of the day, long as there's some respect for each of them, like he has to be respectful to my
APPLE
sister.
Dekahanim
Or my sister got to be respectful to him. So it would not interfere with our relationship. We can be friends for the rest of our life, long as he's treating her with respect, or vice versa. My sister's treating my friend with respect, because it can be either or, your brother or your sister.
Hmm. Okay, good answer. Good answer. All right, what's going on, Elijah? So you're just joining us tonight. We are discussing um would you allow your siblings to date your friends? And we are on question number 2. So question number 2 is, if your friend and your sibling become a couple, would it jeopardize y'all's friendship?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay then. I was really jumped on as asking you, can you get me off of the chat, the text chat? That's number one. Number two, I don't have no siblings. So I can't really answer that question. Last
Okay.
but not least, thank you very much.
Okay.
Mute my audio button.
Patsy, what do you say? Would you
A dash P dash
if
APPLE Dekahanim left.
has left the meeting.
your friends, hold on one second, Robbie, turn your volume down some, because you like amplified.
Yep.
Turn it down 2
Mute
notches.
my audio.
Patsy, same question. If your friend and your sibling become a couple, would it jeopardize your friendship?
No, if they were a good friend to start off with before they became an intimate couple, then not really, because if they got their way intimately and then broke up, um I probably have a conversation with both of them, and whether it's together or individually. Y'all treat each other with respect, but I still love both of you, regardless of who, like, what the situation is. But just depends on their friends, their relationship I have with their friend, and what kind of friend they really are to me, you know? So, yeah.
Okay. Um, Tanya, what do you say?
I say that it could cause friction in the friendship and the relationship of the brother and the sister.
Okay. Kate, what about you? If your friend and your sibling hook up, would it jeopardize your friendship?
It shouldn't. If they're my real friend, they know how I feel about my siblings. So it shouldn't. It could. But like I said, they know how I am, so I don't think it would.
Let me see. I'm gonna answer that too. If my friend and my sibling hook up, would it jeopardize our friendship?
You're now unmuted.
I think it would,
Zoom. Start my
depending
video.
on
Mute
what
my
friend.
audio. Button.
Robert, you're off mute, Robert.
Mute my audio.
I think it would, depending on
Robert Brewington has left the meeting.
what friend we're talking about. We're live, y'all. Anything can happen. It depends on what friend we're talking about. And if you are a good friend or a acquaintance, or you're just a part of the social circle. But again, it goes back to what the first question, what I initially said. I don't want my siblings to date my friends. I don't want my brothers to date my female friends, and I don't want my sisters to date my male friends. It's just not. It's not a good fit.
Robert Brewington has joined the meeting.
It's not. It's because how I feel about my friends and how I feel about my siblings. So
Some
I love
participant
I
meeting
love my
ID.
I love my
8,
siblings,
6,
but
9,
most of my
9,
friends,
3, 4.
I love them
Meeting ID.
like I love my siblings. Like I have love for them,
Meeting ID.
and if I tell you I love you, it means something to me. So again, I wouldn't want my friends hurting
David
my siblings, and
Remington's
I wouldn't want
meeting.
my siblings
Post.
hurting
David
my
meeting
friends,
ID.
especially
Post. David
my female friends. I just don't. I don't. That's not a good fit. That's not a good fit.
81%.
Open notes. Does anybody got a rebuttal?
App switcher. Closing messages. Call with Zoom meeting. Act. Picture in picture displayed. Zoom.
Robbie, you're
Video
doing a
phone
whole bunch
call.
over there.
Zoom. Button.
Open notes.
Zoom. Button.
Does anybody have a rebuttal?
Selected.
No.
Speaker.
All
Button.
right. We're moving right through these questions, people. Question number 4. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, question number 3. Sorry. Question number 3. Could you and should you remain neutral if your friend and sibling were having a domestic squabble? Let's go to Kiana first.
Did you say me?
Yes, yes. Could you remain neutral if your friend and your sibling were having a what's the name, domestic squabble?
Do you know me? No. I mean, I could try. I would tell them, don't get me in the middle of y'all's crap. Could I be neutral? Yeah, I'd have a say. I always have a say.
Okay. What about you, Patsy? Could you remain neutral if your friend and your sibling was having a domestic squabble?
Um, Probably not, especially if it came out to like a really disrespectful um confrontation, and 9 times out of 10 I will be on my sibling side. I don't care how close me and that friend is. I will defend my sibling. Sorry, but not sorry. Mm-mm.
Okay. Tanya, what do you say?
I would have to agree with Kiana. I would try to stay neutral, but if it escalates, and becomes disrespectful or physical, then yes, I definitely would have to be on my sibling's side. Well, let me put it this way. If she was the one who was being the abuser, or he was the one being an abuser, then I would have to step in and separate. But if it was vice versa, then I would be on the side of helping to whoop some ass.
Gregory, what do you say?
I agree with Tanya and Kiana, and I'm just gonna add that at the beginning, I'm probably going to tell you I don't want to be a part of this before you even start to escalate. Like, oh man, what am I even doing here?
Robert, what about you?
And that's one of the main reasons why you feel that your siblings should not date your friends or your friends should not be interested in your siblings because of this right here that's going to come up somehow in their relationship because their relationship ain't perfect. So they're going to have a disagreement. It depends on how far they take the disagreement. It could become physical. Now, I know people can work out their own words of disagreement because you're not going to agree on everything. It's the point of physical is going to kill me as a sibling. I will not be able to watch that. Now, on the other hand, if my siblings being fucked up to my friend, then I'm going to speak on that too because right is right and wrong is wrong.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll answer this one too. Um, I don't do the domestic violence situation. I mean, squabble, something petty, but I don't do the domestic violence overall. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you my brother, if you my friend, my male friend, I don't. I'm not gonna condone that in any way. So don't put me in that situation because it's not going to be something that's going to be beneficial to you. I'm not going to side with you. I believe that men are supposed to walk away from women. Shouldn't get to a point where you putting your hands on them. If they are getting physical with you, restrain them or leave. Worst case scenario, run. So what? You'll still be free. You get free from them and you remain free from the authorities. It ain't worth losing your freedom over. But if you put your hands on my sister, you ain't gonna do that in my presence without there being some repercussions. Because for every action there is a reaction. And when it comes to my female friends, you're not gonna put your hands on my female friends in front of me neither. Because like I said, I don't condone it. So it just wouldn't be a good thing. So I would rather not be present to witness anything like that, and I don't want to overhear nothing like that either. So if you're being verbally abusive to my any females around me, again, I don't condone that neither. But I know most of the women around me, they can hold their own physically, verbally.
Kate has left the meeting.
They can verbally abuse you because their tongues are sharp. Physically, they're gonna find something sharp to abuse you. So either way, I don't worry in them situation, but because the type of man I am, I was raised to defend um the females in my life. So that's just what that is. Does anybody have a rebuttal? All right, we're gonna go to question number 4. Question number 4. Could you or should you remain silent upon learning that your friend or your sibling is cheating on one another? Patsy, what about you? If you found out your sibling or your friend was cheating, um could you remain silent or are you gonna speak on it?
Um, I will definitely speak to the person that is doing the cheating and be like, that ain't cool. Especially if it's my sibling doing it, I'd speak to them and be like, yo, that ain't cool, you know?
Kay has joined the meeting.
I think if it was my friend, I definitely would say something to that person. Um, and give that person like an ultimatum, be like, look it, if you don't say anything to her, my sibling, and I'll give them X amount of time or whatever, and if you don't say nothing, I will say something to my sibling, and then if I have to do that, you out the door, for my friendship.
Mm,
But my sibling is always gonna be my sibling no matter what.
okay. Tanya, what about you?
I would have to talk to whoever's doing the cheating. I would talk to them, but I like Passy said, I would give them an ultimatum. Like either you tell them or I'm gonna tell them. Especially if emotions and stuff. But if it's deep, if they deep into it, like you. First of all, you don't have no respect for yourself or each other. If you involved with this person and then you out spraying yourself around,
Mm,
it's a recipe for disaster.
Uh-huh.
okay. Kiana, could you or should you remain silent upon learning that your friend or your sibling is cheating on one another? Turn your mic on, Duchess.
Kate has left the meeting.
I will come back to her. She must be having technical difficulties. Gregory, you with us?
Yes, sir. I believe in minding my business if it comes to my siblings, because I wouldn't want you to think I'm trying to push up on your girl or anything like that, or trying to interfere in whatever you think you got going
Kate
on.
has joined the meeting.
Mm.
I, I would kind of mind my business if it was my sibling, but if you're the spouse, I'm telling. I'm telling.
Okay. Kiana, you with us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, so same question. Could you, should you remain silent upon learning that your sibling or your friend is cheating on one another?
I'm diamond on on if you're cheating on my sibling. Like, first of all, I'm gonna fight you, and then I'm gonna tell because you must have been real stupid to think that you was gonna do that to mine. Like I said, you was never my friend. You don't know me, so yeah.
So what about your sibling?
Oh, I'm gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why would you even do that to my friend? Like, we're gonna have problems. So I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm fighting the friend. Like, you're dumb if you thought you was doing that to my sibling.
Robert?
Okay, I agree with Patsy, Kiana, and Tanya. And the key word that stuck out for me was a recipe for disaster, because that's all it is.
Yeah, I'm I gotta agree with the panel too to an extent. Um I
Mute button.
again I feel like the cheating is like abuse too. So you're abusing my sibling, you're abusing my friend. I'm going to say something. So with especially again, if you do it in my presence, that's twofold. that means that first, you don't think enough of my sibling, and second, and most importantly, you don't think enough of me to do that in my presence because you feel like that you can just do what you want to do, and I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I ain't gonna check you about it. So yeah, we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem. But when it comes to my sibling, yeah, we're gonna have a conversation. If you doing so with my brothers, again, same thing. If you are abusing any female of mine, we're gonna have a problem because you already know I don't condone that. So we're gonna have a problem. But if it's my
He just
sister
left the meeting.
that's doing that to one of my male friends, yeah, I'll have a conversation with them about their behavior as well. Um, because again, I would then tell them too, don't put me in that situation because when it comes to men, some men have a problem controlling their emotions. So they have a problem with their hands because they can't articulate their feelings. So they want to go right to the physical. And again, we're going to have a problem. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. Again, that's why I go back to one. Again, my answer to question number one: should you permit your friends to what's the name? Hell no, because this is all the BS that you got to deal with when you start opening up those doors.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got a rebuttal?
Nope.
All right, did everybody get a chance to answer this question? All right, we're gonna go to question number 5. Question number 5. Is it possible to overlook mistreatment of your sibling when it comes at the hands of their mate, your so-called friend? Patsy, how about what do you got to say to that? Can you overlook anybody, your friend, mistreating your sister or your brother?
Oh, hell no. There's gonna be a fight right there. Sorry. You ain't my friend no more. You putting your hands on either one of my siblings? Oh no, it's gonna be down.
Okay.
I have to find somebody help me to hide the body.
Tanya, what do you say? Tanya, turn your mic on.
What was the question again?
The question is, is it possible to overlook the mistreatment of your sibling when it comes at the hands of their mate or your so-called friend?
No, no, I'm not overlooking that. Mm-mm. It's gonna be a discussion. It ain't even got to be about the physical. It's the way you talk, how you treat. You know, it's everything is about respect. If you're not showing no respect to my sibling, you don't have respect for me. So therefore, our friendship is in question.
Huh? Robert?
Mute button. Mute. Mute button.
Okay, sorry. My answer to that question would be for my friend, our friendship just ran its course. So we no longer are friends. And this might not sound, right, but, you know, the complexion of our conversation just changed. It went from light to dark.
Hmm. Yep. Turn out the lights. Gregory?
Mute button.
Yeah, I agree with everybody on the panel because even if you are trying it, you have no respect for me because now I got to step in.
Duchess, are you with us? think she stepped away. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one too. Question number 5. Is it possible to overlook the mistreatment of your sibling when it comes at the hands of your friend, their mate, your so-called friend? Now, again, mistreatment of any aspect, it's any type of mistreatment, I'm not okay with it. Like I said, mental, emotional, physical, verbal, no, not with the mistreatment at all. Because here's my thing, ladies and gentlemen. If it starts out with the mental, it affects them emotionally, right? And then it's gonna get verbal. And then, like I said, some of these guys have a problem with articulating, so they're not for a conversation. They want to get physical, and then when it gets physical, then again you're gonna need a physical because again you're not. And I'm referring to the guys again. That's what I'm talking about. Because like again, my male, my brothers, my male siblings, I don't worry about that from them. Them getting mistreated by none of my female friends. Because again, I'm not going to. I'm not going to be one of the people that advocate for that. I'm not going to be the one to try to hook them up. So I don't. I don't think that that would be an issue of mistreatment, whereas that's concerned. But again, I don't condone that, and I don't encourage that type of hookup. Kiana, um, is it possible for you to overlook the mistreatment of your sibling when it comes at the hands of their mate or your so-called friend?
Can you repeat that?
Is it possible for you to ignore the mistreatment of your sibling?
No, I'll let you not even finish. No, you will not. No, you can't be mistreating my siblings. Um, if you put your hands on my siblings, we won't be seeing you around no more. And and mistreating them. No, I don't. It depends on the mistreatment. Like if like they're arguing, I don't feel like you're doing right by them. I mean, I can't really say much, but I mean, if you're mistreating them, no, I don't tolerate that.
Okay, I'm
Mhm.
gonna stay with you, Kiana. Um, Question number 6. Should you warn your family or friend when you are aware that their potential mate has a history of exploiting others?
I mean, I would have told my sibling that before they got together. Um, so they would have been aware of that person. Um, so yes, they would be aware.
Would you tell your friend that if your sibling was like that?
I would forewarn my friend too, because I mean, I feel like I would like, what kind of friend am I if I think that if like maybe I might not say directly like my siblings scum, but I mean, be like, I don't think you really want to be with, they're free spirited. They think all types of things. So you might want to just, I would forewarn you in a way.
Mute button.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think you're a true friend if you don't. And what kind of sibling are you if you don't forewarn your sibling? So yeah, I'm questioning
Okay.
your motives.
Robert, you're online. You're off mute, so I'm gonna go to you now. So question number 6. Should you warn your family or friend knowing that their potential mate has a history of exploiting others?
All day long. If my sibling is just exploiting my friends or, vice versa, I'm definitely gonna let either or know because it's wrong. And I wouldn't like someone to do it to me, so I'm not gonna stand by and watch them do it to people I so called care for, have love for.
Hmm, okay. Patsy, what do you say?
I would definitely say something to my sibling, be like, okay, this person is like that and they're not a good fit for you. Um, I would be like Kiana and just kind of like dance around the fact that you don't really want to disrespect your sibling, but just say like, yeah, I don't think this will be a good fit for either one of you. Um, and kind of say it in a discreet manner, like she kind of a little bit free spirited and yeah, it's not just like she got like one or two other friends that they're talking to, you know? And there's not too many people that she can handle, you know? Or he.
Gregory, what do you say?
It sounds like it needs to be a conversation with either or because exploitation sounds like something that can turn into a legal issue.
Damn well could be. It certainly could lead to that. T, what do you say?
I say that you need to speak to both of them, let both of them know, because you want them to both to go into the situation eyes wide open. You don't want them coming back to you saying, well, you never told me that they was like this, or you never told me that he was like that. You want them to be eyes wide open because in the beginning, they going into it with their eyes wide shut, meaning they only looking at the surface. They only looking at the physical attraction. So before they even go take that next step, you want to let them know what they getting themselves into.
Yeah,
And I could give you an example of this,
go ahead.
right? I had a friend in school. I told her that the guy that was interested in her was not the guy for her because he tried to talk to me first.
Mm-hmm.
Indicates to you that he's a roamer. You know, they ended up getting together, and it was the worst mistake of her life.
Hmm.
So you need to tell them eyes wide, so that they can have their eyes wide open instead of eyes wide shut. She didn't listen to me because she didn't open her eyes. She kept her eyes closed.
Yeah, if I see something, I'm saying something. Because again, I don't condone it. I don't encourage it. So I'm like, I'm trying to stomp out that fire before it even gets started. I'm like throwing water on that any possible flame. I'm telling you straight up, this is not for you. This person, you don't make enough money for them, or you don't have enough money for her. Let you know if she's all an opportunist, I'm gonna let the dude know that. If he's an opportunist, I'm gonna let the girl know that. If he got financial problems, he got baby mama drama, he got a lot of child support and stuff like that, and you looking for somebody that you can settle down, that's probably not the dude for you. Probably not the dude for you because you marry him and you maybe paying his child support or it's gonna be coming out of y'all's community fund, your couple fund, your union. So I don't condone it and I don't advocate for stuff like that. So it would definitely be yeah. I'm just gonna try to discourage it from the start. So if you wide eye and bushy tail, nope, that's not for you. Leave her alone. Leave him alone. Question number 7. This is a good one too. Question number 7. Would you be willing to support the union of your friend and your sibling, knowing that there is a 10-year age gap? Let's go to the guys first. Gregory, what do you say to that?
Hell no, I don't support it. I feel like you're manipulating somebody at that point in time. Unless they're like 50, 40 years old or something like that. I can't step in between that. But if it's like a older, younger dynamic, 30, 20, it sounds bad.
Hmm. Okay, so 28-18 is absolutely out the question.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Just asking, just testing you. Want to see where your head's at. Mr. Brimage, same question.
Any real friends of mine, being woman or man, and if you grew up with me, because those are my true real friends, you would know deep down in your soul and your mental, you cannot date my sister being 10 years older than her. Meaning, when we was 10 years old, we probably was friends. When
Mm-hmm.
my sister turned 8, you know, you got to think you was 8 years more older.
10
Come
years.
on now, you keep getting
Please
older.
join the meeting.
That's not accepted. If it was not my friend and she was like 25 years of age and he was 35 or something, she's older now to make her own womanly decisions. I'm just there to support her in time of need. Vice versa with my brother.
Okay.
Mute.
Timmy, thank you for joining us. We are on question number 7. Would you be willing to support the union of your friend and sibling, knowing that there is a 10-year age gap?
You heard Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number with 1,000 make you swing.
Hmm.
And you know who she was singing about.
R. Kelly. He
And,
wrote that shit.
mm-hmm.
And he was a pedophile.
And you see where that line of thinking got him, right?
See what's
Exactly.
happening to a lot of them.
So again, you didn't answer the question. Would you be supportive of that union knowing there's a 10-year age gap?
That's up to the parents.
The parent.
Yeah, because you can have your opinion about the marriage or the union, but their parents is the one that fucking allow it. So if they allow it and they like it, then I love it.
And everybody's going to jail.
All right. Patsy, what do you say? Would you be supportive of a union between your friend and sibling, knowing that there is a 10-year age gap?
Um, as long as it's both respect between the two individuals, I really don't mind. Like that, that's really not the bigger issue because I've had male friends that were 10 and 20 years older than me. So I wouldn't put a stipulation on that with my siblings. Just the what would be a stipulation is like how much respect and um everything and how they treating you and stuff like that and how the relationship is going. If it's they break up for whatever reason, that's between them two. But as long as they're being respectful towards one another, that's fine. You know.
Duchess, you with us?
Yes.
So, Kiana, would you be willing to support a union between your sibling and your friend, knowing that there is a 10-year age gap?
I wouldn't really support any of my friends talking to my younger sibling.
Okay.
Because technically it would be more than 10 years, so I'm not really with that. But she's also grown, so I can't really say anything.
What about your brother?
So would I let one of my friends date my brother?
Hmm?
Ew. No. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess if they were feeling each other like that, I'd still be like, "Are you sure? Like, really? Oh, okay." But I wouldn't be really happy to co-sign it.
Hmm. Tanya, what do you say?
I say it depends on the age, maturity, and life experience.
Hmm. Okay, let me answer this one too. Um, I'm still gonna say no. And this, I'm right off the back, I'm saying no because of the age, but I'm also going back to my first answer. Hell no. I don't condone that. I don't support that. I don't recommend my siblings date any of my friends, be it female or male. First of all, none of my female friends there's not a 10-year age gap between us. So it wouldn't be an issue as my siblings is concerned because it's not gonna be no issue because it's not gonna happen. Whereas it comes to my sisters dating my male friends, 10-year age gap, it's like what Robert said. So when we was 10 years old, my sister was not born. So by the time my sister is 10, we 20. You ain't got no business looking at my sister. So you got a problem with your eyes, you're gonna need a doctor's appointment for both your eyes and other things. So again, I'm not that's a hell no as far as I'm concerned. Because again, that means you one of those people that got you one of them short-eyed people. You've been looking at them since they was a baby. So now, no, no, hell no. Don't even ask. Don't even think you about to do something like that. Because like again, we're gonna have a problem. Um, question number 8.
If you have no control over them when they're making adult decisions, if especially if they're adults, you have no control. You might not like it, and you may be against it, but there's not a goddamn thing you can do about
Yes, I can. We ain't gonna be friends no more.
it. So they still he still want to be kicking it with her.
I think I know my sisters well enough to know that that's not going to happen. Um, so that would not be an issue. And like again, I don't have no friends that where there's a 10-year split between them and my brothers. And again, I know my female friends well enough to know that's not going to be a conversation. So it's not even not to worry about. Um, question number 8. This is a good one. Question number 8. If your friend and your sibling sneaky link results in a baby or a hidden paternity, would you perceive that as an act of betrayal? So again, if your friend and your sibling hook up and have a baby and they keep it a secret, would you perceive that as an act of betrayal? Timmy.
Again, if they grown, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Now, the mob would have shot the motherfuckers, but they don't play that. But is you can't do nothing about their feelings, whether it's your siblings' feelings or his feelings. There's nothing you're going to do about it. And the more you try to divide them, the more they're going to be wanting to be around each other just to spite everybody because they know you don't want them to be around each other. So let things take its course and hopefully he or she come out more wiser.
Gregory, what do you say?
Um, if y'all are going to be sneaking around to have a baby, why don't y'all just be out front in the open? I just don't understand why y'all are hiding it. Like, what's the story behind that?
Hmm. Okay. Robbie, if your friend and your sibling sneaky link results in a baby or a hidden paternity, would you perceive that as an act of betrayal?
Mute button.
Yeah, in my younger days, I experienced, you know, something like that. Friend went behind my back, started messing with my sister, using a false name, calling the house, asking for her. When I caught on to the voice, I wanted to meet him like I didn't know nothing about it. And when I met him, I let him know that can never, never, never happen again. Cause I'll bust your shit open. Now, we move on to this day. He's gay. So maybe God answered my prayers.
I'm telling you, I'm concerned about who you.
And won't he do it? Hallelujah. Amen.
Gregory, you answered the question. Timmy answered the question. Robert answered the question. Robert, you got more? I repeat, Robert, do you have more? Okay, apparently not. Patsy, what do you say? If your friend and your sibling sneaky link results in a baby or a hidden paternity, would you perceive that as an act of betrayal?
If I already know y'all are dating and messing around, why the hell you gonna hide a pregnancy from me? I'd be offended, but you know what? It's like it is what it is. Let's deal with this baby situation. You know, and if it's still not a match, even with the pregnancy, boy, you got to step up to the plate to help with that baby. I don't care if y'all ain't together, but you gonna work this out, you know? I'd be offended, but I'm gonna be supportive with my sibling for that pregnancy, you know?
Okay. T, what do you say?
Um, I'm gonna have to agree with Patsy. I would be offended, but I would have to be supportive. Um, but I would consider it as an act of betrayal if there was a sneaky hookup that ended in paternity and there was an abortion.
Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a whole nother spin on it. Duchess, how do you feel about this question?
I'd be, upset and disappointed that they didn't share that they were having a relationship. But of course, I would be supportive of them having a baby, unless them having a baby is going to be chaotic and um, problematic for the child. I don't know if I would be. I mean, as supportive as I would be, have a regular relationship. They get along. They're not toxic. They're not. Nobody's abusive. So I'd be upset that they didn't. That they were. They didn't feel comfortable enough to share that they were sneaking around. But of course, I'd be supportive of the pregnancy.
Huh? I'm gonna answer this one too. So this one's kind of easy for me. If you sneaking and creeping, that means you ain't supposed to be doing it. You feel like someone's gonna be bothered by what you're doing, or someone's not gonna condone, someone's not gonna be supportive, they're not gonna be in favor of it, so that's why you're sneaking around. And the fact that you made a baby because you were sneaking, whatever, um, and now you're trying to hide it, that's a whole nother issue too. But because I am a active and interested individual invested in my siblings' lives, so I pay attention to what's going on with them and their the people that they're dealing with, especially when the baby comes into the picture. I'm very inquisitive when it comes to that. I Yeah, especially the baby in the siblings, the female, the sister and the baby pops up and we we ain't never seen the dude. I want to know who the I got questions. Same thing with one of my brothers. If a baby pop up suddenly, yeah, and we ain't never seen the chick, yeah, I got questions. So that brings me to this next question. Would I'm gonna go back to you, Kiana. If you learn that your sibling and your friend was in a relationship and the guy or the female was hiding a baby from the other person, would you tell the other person that there's a that your sister, your brother, or your friend has baby?
Was that for me?
Kiana, you gotta turn your mic on, Duchess. All right, Gregory, you can answer it. We'll come back to
I'm telling. I'm I'm telling. Well, my for my sibling, that once again, that is a hard waters to dive into because you don't want to cause friction between you and your sibling because you're not minding your business or something. But for the spouse, once I'm telling, well, don't let me find out you got some secret love child and you didn't tell my brother some. It's over. Your whole relationship is over.
okay. Timmy, what do you say? If you learn that your sibling and your friend hooked up and they're dating, they're in the opening with their relationship, and someone's hiding a secret baby, are you telling the other individual? Patsy, what do you say?
Um, if I found out about it, I'd be telling the other person. I'm like, I'd be having a conversation with that person that's hiding the pregnancy, and be like, you know what? Like I said earlier, I'll give that person an ultimatum and be like, yo, if you don't, if give them a timeline, look at you don't tell that person this is your situation. I'm gonna tell it. I don't care if you my sibling or not. You gonna tell that person that you got this baby going on. If not, don't make me like tell on you, you know? Especially my sibling, you know?
Okay. Robbie, what do you say? They are your sister, your brother, hooked up with one of your friends. They out in the opening, and then you learn that your sister or your brother or your friend got a secret baby. Are you going to expose them?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
Tanya, what do you say?
Sean Edwards has
Mute
joined the
button.
meeting.
Tanya?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. I'm gonna have to say, first of all, if it's your friend dating your sister, if one is how can a sister not know about the child if that's your friend? And how close of a friend is he to you that they don't know anything about his life? Second, if they dating the sister and he done slipped out and went somewhere else and got somebody pregnant, yeah, it's gotta come out. But if the sister done went somewhere else and got pregnant, it's gonna come out regardless because she's pregnant, unless she tries to pass it off as his.
Back out.
Oh, not the same effect. Oh, you don't have the meat anymore. Yeah.
Sean,
Welcome, brother Sean. Welcome.
Hey, hello everybody.
what's going
Sorry for
on?
my lateness. All
No,
right.
I'm gonna give you the I'm gonna give you a chance to answer question number 8 and question number 9. All right.
All right.
Question number 8. If your friend and your siblings sneaky link results in a baby or hidden paternity, would you perceive this behavior as an act of betrayal?
If my sister, wait, you said my sister?
Your sibling,
Oh, my sibling.
your sibling, and your friend sneaky
Uh-huh.
link resulted in a baby or a paternity, a hidden paternity. Would you perceive this behavior as an act of betrayal?
Hmm. Now, my friend, I'm sorry for asking the question with a question. My friend, is this my intimate friend or just a friend?
Whatever, however
Your
you can
friend,
answer, you can
intimate
answer.
friend, or whoever friend.
I want you to answer it how it was named. If you got a number of answers for that question, go ahead and have that.
Okay. So, my friend, I wouldn't look at it as an act of betrayal. I'll be like, okay, what's the bit like? How come I couldn't know that you all was even doing anything or that you were seeing anybody? But now, intimate friend, yeah, that's definitely a betrayal on both parts.
Huh?
Yeah,
Reese,
but you can't do nothing when they're grown. There's nothing you can do. You can be mad about it and be upset and be feel like they betrayed you and they couldn't come to you. But the bottom line, they made their choice and there's nothing you can do about
Yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't be upset if it was my sibling and just like my close friend because, like you said, they're grown. But if I had a relationship with my friend, intimate relationship with my friend, and my sibling did that, oh man, listen, I don't know if I doubt it would become physical, but it would definitely be in my heart.
Hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna give you question number 9. Timmy, I'm gonna give you it as well after Sean. So if your sibling and your friend hook up and it's out in the open and everybody knows about it, but then one or both of them have a secret baby, where they got a baby on the side outside of their relationship, would you tell?
If it was my sibling, if it happened to my sibling, yes. If my sibling did it to the friend,
Mm-hmm.
that's on him or her. That's something that they got to work out because my bond is stronger with my sibling than it is my friend. And what I mean by my bond is stronger, my bond as far as what my relationship is. Now we may not even be tight, but because we're family, they come first, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Tim, same question.
it. Yeah, I agree with Sean. Blood thicker than water for sure. And whether right or wrong, you're gonna ride with your family. Period.
Hmm. Uh, Duchess, are you still with us?
Yes.
All right, same question, Kiana. If your sibling and your friend hook up, everybody is aware of it, and one or both of them got a side baby outside their relationship, are you telling?
Of course, I'm telling from my sibling. Um, you're not playing in nobody's face. Um, with my sibling, I would be upset that you like again put me in a position to be looking crazy with my friend, and you probably need to break it off or don't be trying to pass it as their baby. I would be upset because then I'd be like, now I can't, after my friendship. And my friendships to me are
Priceless.
depending on who they are, a couple of steps down from being a sibling. So I would be upset.
Right, right.
Um, I'm gonna answer this one. So what I tell, yep, call me a paid informant, a professional snitch. I'm telling. Don't do nothing in front of me because I didn't want y'all together in the first place.
That's
Because
today's
because I
society.
because I already told you I don't condone that. I don't want my siblings hooking up with my friends. Definitely not my sisters with my friends. I don't want that. I don't condone that. Because some of the people that I call friends, they're just a part of my friend circle because there's levels to it. Some people are ones, some people are twos, some people's is a half. And that means you on your way out anyways. So again, I don't want my siblings dating none of my male friends. I just don't want it. And again, like I said too, because it puts me in a position in which I don't want to be in because my sisters could do something to hurt that dude's feelings too. And then it's like, yeah, and like I said, some dudes they're not in control of their emotions. They want to get physical because they can't articulate their feelings. So again, nah, I don't want to go on anyway. So if you step out on my sister, after y'all got together and I wasn't in agreement with it, I'm telling. Now, if my brother does it to one of my female friends, again, I'm telling. Because I want y'all together in the first place. Now if my friend did that to my brother, oh yeah, telling too, because can't be passing off no babies as if somebody else's, and then you still coming around the family and everybody's hee ha ha. I don't want those burdens to bear. I don't want to be the keeper of those secrets. Nope, I don't want to know. Now,
Yeah.
if
Mute
it's,
button.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If it's my sister and she did it to a dude that I wasn't really fond of, and he was a friend of a friend or a friend of my brother, so in extension, he's some sort of friend to me. If I don't like you, if the baby come out looking like our family and look nothing like you, well, that might be one of those situations where you just got to figure it out. Because I don't like you anyways, and I didn't want my sister with you, so I might not even extend the effort to even try to have a conversation with you about it. So I'm just being honest, and tell the truth, shame the devil. But that's how I feel about it. All right, question. Does anybody got a rebuttal?
I just got this to say.
Hmm.
I was gonna
Clear your
say
throat.
no. I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out is that a good quality of those characters that had kept such information from someone that they're trying to get in a relationship with or are secretly in a relationship with? Is that a good quality of that person's character? I have a baby, especially a lady. I have a kid. I keep this away. I just want to trick you, do all of this. And this dude that so called is into her, you can't really see everything about her, get into her mental, talk to her, figure out if she has siblings, children, is her moms and dads still alive. I mean, I consider myself to be a good judge of character, so I think people need to open up their eyes and stop putting on their blindfolders just for sex.
Hmm.
That is lust. It's the lust and the blinded by so-called love, but it's
Button.
really lust. It's the lust. And with that there, you know, you post to learn from everybody that you encounter. Something that somebody did that you was around in your lifetime, done shit, things that you knew wasn't right, and they done things that you knew was right, was helping. So for me, I just think that you don't try to follow them, but like I always say, you take something from everybody, whether it's good or bad, because something that someone did wrong can be helpful in the diversity situation, not like the same situation that they got them in trouble, you know. So I just think that you're supposed to learn from everybody that you encounter. They give you choose some way or another.
Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna pull an audible with this question. So, I'm gonna go to the ladies first. So, ladies, turn your mics on. Kiana, Patsy, Tanya. Um, was there ever a time with any of your friends, your male friends, that you witnessed them in a relationship and you thought that they would be a good fit for your, so we're talking about your sister in this situation, ladies. Well, in that situation, we can say both cross the board. You seen your friend in a
Right.
relationship, and you thought that he or she would be a good fit for your sibling. Kiana,
No, I've never seen that.
and you said that was a conviction. You didn't even have to think about it, huh?
I mean, again, if these people were, if they're my true friends, they were me and my sister, especially when we were younger, we lived in the same house, so we were pretty much inseparable. If you saw one, you
Mm-hmm.
saw the
You
other.
saw the other.
So you would have known her, and more likely we would have all been friends. So did I see you in a relationship that I wanted you to be? No, because I don't really think I've seen any type of relationship with a friend for my sister. And I say this because, like I said, you see us together, you know who we are. We saw somebody recently and they looked at me kind of like, oh, okay, I know who that is. Then they looked at her and I was like, oh, I know exactly who it is. So there's like no way that you could have just been not seeing what I see. And I don't really, like I said, I don't see them together. So no.
Patsy?
Yeah, that happens a lot, Kiana, too, where people they might not recognize you because they know of you, but they don't really know you. Know you.
Huh? Patsy? Same question.
Not really, because most people that know me know my sister and vice versa. So even with my brother, it's like if you're seeing one of us, you're seeing all three of us. So, and I really not come across like any kind of friend that would want to date or found to be like date material for my sister or even my brother.
Mm-hmm.
No, not happening.
Tanya, what about
No,
you? Said that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Timmy, same question. Was you ever in a situation where you thought that any of your friends would be a good match for your sibling?
I stay out of it. Because again, you cannot control people's feelings, and so you got to stay out of it until he do her wrong. Now, that is the whole purpose of you trying to keep that from going down. But if they make that decision to do that, then that's on them. I'm gonna be there for you, but that's that's on you that you went down that road. I tried to protect you from going down there, but you let your emotions get the best of you and your feelings. So hey, this is what happened. And then once you now that's gonna divide your friendship,
Hmm.
of you and your friend, because damn sure you don't like the way he's treating her, you know, and then you're trying to defend her, but then she turn around and keep going back, then you be like, what was the purpose of me defending you? You was just mad at him because you was hurt, but then you took him back because you said, I love you, baby, I'll never do it.
So I'm gonna simplify this. Do you have any friends that you would hook up with your sisters?
Hell no.
Okay,
Hell no.
okay. Robert, same question.
Well, that's a tricky question because on one hand, I can answer it. Um, my friends, yeah, there might have been a couple of um male friends I had that I consider would have been right for my sisters. But on the other hand, because my sisters are strong black
Mm-hmm.
women, very
Mm-hmm.
opinionated, very,
Mm-hmm.
very outspoken and vocal, know what they need in life, will be okay without a man in their life. So they already set. They they might want a man, but because they already know what they need, that overweighs that want. And every time probably one of my friends or just not a friend came into their lives, they thought those women was manly like because they're strong, opinionated, and vocal and know what they need in their life. They already know how to do the know hows. On the other hand, with my brothers, eh, I don't think any one of my female friends, because majority of my female friends flirted or might had been interested in I, or at least I have assumed. They wouldn't have worked out with my brothers. Because if you are flirting and doing all those extra things or not, majority of the time my brother's taste ain't the same taste as mine. So I say no to that too.
Okay, Gregory, same question.
Can I get the question again?
Is is there would you hook any of your brothers up with any of your female friends or
Mute
would you
button.
hook any of your friends up with your siblings?
I can say that I'm guilty of that. I like to play matchmaker from time to time. You caught me
Huh?
red-handed.
Mm, okay. Sean, what
Now,
about you?
Dave,
Wait, Timmy.
Dave, I just want to say one thing. You know, back in the days, that's what we was doing. We was when we met somebody and we traveled 3 or 4 of us together. We'd be like, "Yo, you got some friends from my cousin? They coming with me."
But I never
I'm gonna
uh,
introduce my friends to your friends, and then maybe
but
Yeah,
we
exactly.
all right, I'm gonna
can do
give
this every week.
Sean, the question is there any of your friends that you think would be a good match for your siblings?
No, sir. Never have, never will.
I'm agree with Sean. No and no. I don't know. I don't condone it. I'm not going to encourage it. I'm not going to support it against. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not advocating for that. I don't
You
agree with
don't
that.
have to sleep with that person.
It ain't
That's
even got.
them. That's
It's not.
them.
I'm not. I'm
Now,
not
what
doing
you
it.
could say, Dave, is when you have issues, because I try to warn you about that person. So when you have issues, don't come crying to me,
They
because
don't have
that's
to
how
do.
you flip the script
They don't
on them.
have to do that at all because they ain't gonna have to come to me about it because I'm not gonna be the one to bring it to them. It's not. It's not gonna happen if I got a say in the matter. So don't even ask me because the answer is no, 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 hell no. And then again, like I said, if you go behind my back and do it, I take that as you being disrespectful because you already know I don't want that for my siblings, especially my sisters. And
You
again,
seen Scarface? He killed his best friend
I don't know if I would do
because
that.
he was messing with his sister. They got married.
I can't say that I would do that. Let's go to the last question. All right, ladies, hold tight. I'm gonna jump around the board actually. Uh, Last question, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever dated the sibling of your friend? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor? Patsy?
Nope, never did.
Okay. Thank you for your participation. Gregory, have you ever dated the sibling of your friend? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor?
Hmm. Um, I'm gonna say no. I don't really think I ever dated one of my friend's siblings and had that type of dynamic. Nope, never.
Thank you for your participation. Tanya,
Yep.
have you ever dated the sibling of your friend? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor?
I've never dated a sibling of my friend. And I'm just going to say, don't be clueless and do it. Be a boat and float on.
Ooh, okay, one more time.
I said, don't be clueless and do it. Be a boat and float on.
Okay. Thank you for your participation.
Hold on.
You see, you got your
Float,
background
float,
singer.
float on.
Timmy, same question.
Nah, I I just don't do that damn crazy nonsense. I think it's a lot of it's confusion and a lot of conflict of interest when you do that because they gonna be talking to each other siblings, you know. And if you're cool with the boyfriend, then they going to it's just a real bunch of mess. So it's no.
Hmm, okay. Sean, same question. Turn your mic
No,
on.
sir. No,
Yep.
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
Nope, never.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Brimage, same question. Have you ever dated the sibling of your friend? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor?
Well, this is you got to bear with me. Um, do a couple of things here. Yes, I have. Although for the years it lasted, it was worth what it was worth. I mean, I got something beautiful out of it. I had got a son, Robert Marquise Burrington Pringle. In your memory, my son, I would say this. This is the acronym. SYS. Support your siblings. Adopt a parish. This message has been brought to you by EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find fashions in all brands. Adopt a parish. SOS Support Our Sisters. You Serve. Still a Man. Adopt a Parish Ladies First. And Be Forever. And some merchant EmporiumPlus.org. Also, keep watching our episodes on YouTube. Put up the viewership. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Smash the like button. We appreciate you.
All right. Duchess. Hold on, Duchess. You with us?
Yes.
All right, hold tight. I'm gonna answer this question too. Have I ever dated any of my friends' siblings? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor? Yes, I have. The outcome wasn't. It wasn't to my liking. I'll put it that way. I'll be politically correct about that. Did I ever have a successful relationship when dating? Because I've done it on more than one occasion. Um, yes, it was successful until it wasn't. Put it to you that way. All right, Duchess, it's on you. Have you ever dated the sibling of your friend? And if so, was it a failed or successful endeavor?
I never have. I've never wanted to. Trying to think of all my friends. No, I've never wanted to. I've never have.
Okay, that was convincing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Still a Man podcast. See you guys next week. God bless you.